do I have a good one for you today? It's dinner time and I'm going to show you how to put together a rigatoni pizza pie. Me and you are going to be doing this together. I've never made it before. Nope, I've never made one. So we're going to do this together, you and me. Now, too bad my son Joseph isn't here today. He's at work and I'm just needing to make this now, so he'll get to enjoy it later, and that's totally fine. Y'all ready? Let's put this one together. We're going to start by preparing our pasta. To start cooking our pasta, we're going to go ahead and turn our burner on to a high heat. We're going to place a large pot of water on it and bring it to a boil. Once your water comes to a boil, we're going to add a big heaping tablespoon of salt. We want to make sure that we get a good flavor to our pasta. For this dish, you're going to need to have rigatoni. And it looks like this here. It's got a nice big hole all the way through it, which will hold some goodness that we're going to put in there. Yep. So we're going to cook 1 pound of this. We're not going to need all of that, I'm sure. Yep, we're going to cook it all. You know what? If you don't need it, you always have some for leftovers. I'm going to stir this. We're going to cook this till al dente, which is, let's see, 12 minutes. Now I'm just going to stir it for just about 20 seconds just to make sure the pasta doesn't stick while it's cooking. We're going to put our burner onto a medium-high heat. I'm using a large skillet. I'm trying to keep everything very tiny in size, that way it can fit into the holes of the pasta. So I'm not going to be chopping up an onion for this dish today. I'm going to add 1 tablespoon or just a little less of some cooking oil. Now, as you know, I like to use avocado oil. It's a really good oil, tastes good. We're going to add 1 pound of some Italian sausage. This is a pizza pasta, so it's going to have pizza flavorings. We're going to take that off. So I'm going to be doing sausage. I'm going to be breaking up my sausage. So I'm using my meat chopper because I want the sausage as tiny as I can get it. I want to give this some onion flavor. Now, you don't have to do this, it's optional, but I'm just going to put in some minced onion. I like that on pizza and pasta. Going to add that, about a tablespoon. So I'm going to brown this up, and when we get it all browned up and it's no longer pink, I'm going to bring it back. While my sausage is browning, I'm going to go ahead and start preparing my cheese. We're going to be putting this inside of the pasta. I know that sounds strange, doesn't it? But I'm going to show you what we mean here in just a second. I did get a mozzarella ball of cheese here, so it's just a solid shape. Now, if you don't want to use this, you can use like the string cheese, or you can get a block of mozzarella cheese. I'm just going to cut it very thin, and I'm going to take it, and then I'm just going to cut very thin strips. So you're going to need plenty of these. It's just a fun, different way to make dinner. Okay, the sausage looks nice and browned up. I'm going to turn off the heat. I'm going to take a 24-ounce sized jar of pasta sauce. I'm going to add about 3/4 of the jar to the sausage. And then we're just going to stir this together. And I'm also going to add in some parsley flakes. There we go, that's good. The parsley kind of gives it a nice color and adds another layer of flavor. We're going to drain all of our pasta, and then I'm just going to take the cold water, run it over the pasta until it cools it down. You want to be able to pick one up and be able to hold it for what we're going to be doing. So I'm just going to take a paper towel, just kind of run it over the pasta, help get a lot of that moisture off. Now I have a 9-inch wide by 3-inch deep cake pan, or you can even use a pan that releases on the side and pops the bottom out. But since I'm not using one of those today, I took some foil, and this will help us release the pie out of the pan here. I pressed it in there really good all along the bottom edges and the sides. I'm just going to take some cooking spray. I'm going to spray the bottom and the sides. That'll help release our pie. Okay, now remember that quarter jar of sauce? I'm going to place that in the bottom of our pan. I'm just going to shake it around until we've covered the bottom. Now we're going to start building our pie. We're going to take our cooked rigatoni that's nice and dried. Now remember the cheese that we cut into thin strips? We're going to put it into the rigatoni, push it in till you get to the other side, right there. And then what we're going to do is place it into our pan along the outside edge. It takes a little bit of time, but let me tell you, that looks awesome. Now, as you can see, I did not fill every rigatoni with cheese. I left half of them empty and the other half with cheese because that just seemed like a lot of cheese, especially since we have more cheese to put on top. I did have help, so if y'all want to guess, just tell me down in the comments who stopped by to help me build this up right here. The recipe called for rolling up pepperoni and putting it into every other rigatoni, but I'm not doing that. We'll put that on top. What we're going to do now is take our sausage mixture, which smells like pizza in itself, and I'm going to pour that all over the rigatoni here, and hoping that it goes into the slots that are empty. So I've got my grater here, just a handheld one, and I'm going to grate my cheese all over the sausage mixture. Cheese it up like a pizza, you guys. It is a pizza pie. All right, we've got room for some pepperoni on top of our pizza pie. If you want olives on here, you can put olives, whatever you want. Got my oven preheating at 350 degrees. I'm going to lay a sheet pan in the oven, and then I'm going to place our pizza pie on top of it. That way if anything bubbles over, it will catch it. And you can cover your pan with some foil for easy cleanup if that happens. It's going to cook for 25 minutes. Then I'm going to place my oven on broil for about 3 minutes until we get a nice golden brown on that cheese. I'll be back. Did y'all guess right? Yes, Joseph came home right in the middle as I was putting this rigatoni together.
Oh yeah.
And he helped stuff the rigatoni with the cheese.
I tried to escape, but
he did. He was halfway up the stairs. And I was like, you come down here and help.
Yep.
If he wants to eat, he's going to help put it together.
Hey, I helped.
He did a good job. Okay, y'all, this came out of the oven about 20 minutes ago. I did let it rest. So we're going to pull it out of the pan here, and hopefully it looks like a pizza pie. We're going to cut it, and then Joseph and I are going to give it a try for you.
Oh yeah, I'm ready to give it a try.
All right, here we go. Okay, so we had the tin foil, which is great because that will help release it from the pan. Let me see, there you go. You can see that? I'm telling you, that's looking mighty good. Now what we need to do is cut it. All right, we're going to give this a try. So the longer you let it sit, the longer it will hold itself together. We're going to see how cheesy it is on the inside of these rigatonis.
Heck yeah, we are.
Mmm.
That's really good.
That's fun. You get a little surprise of cheese in some of the rigatonis. If people don't know about that, they'll be totally surprised, won't they?
Yeah, they will.
What do you think?
I think it's a banger. Definitely a keeper.
There you go, you guys. If you can find a way to get it to really, truly hold together, I'd like to know.
Yeah, for real.
But it is tasting unbelievable.
Yeah, it is.
So there is my rigatoni pizza pie. All right, is it a winner?
It's a winner.
It's a winner for dinner, you guys. You happen to come on a day that I was making fudge. If you haven't seen that, I will link it down below for you guys. I think that's going to come first before this one, so go check it out. All right.
All right.
Joseph, thank you so much for helping.
Of course.
Guys, we will see you on the next episode.
See y'all later.
It's good.
It is good.